So today I am going to tell you a story. Back in 2015, I was a budding coffee enthusiast, getting into the field of coffee and preparing for my Q grading exams, where your tasting and smelling faculties are intensely tested, split over 22 exams and over 7 days. My routine for the practice included exclusively cupping hundreds of coffees all day 365 days a year. But even having done that, I wasn't quite satisfied with my tasting skills and how I was performing in the practice tests. The problem was, in order to identify the flavor notes in coffee, or rather register the coffee sample in my brain, I had to have a memory bank of these flavors in their real actual form. That made me realize in order to get good at tasting coffee, one has to use more, actually way more than tasting coffee as a way to learn and register flavors. That led me to create this 3-step protocol now known as MV's tasting protocol. This enhances learning coffee tasting. This goes over dozens of different aromas, tastes, different textures, and flavors as an exercise that helps you build a memory bank to identify and describe the flavor notes in a particular coffee. So, guys, in this video, we are going to learn just about that. So hi guys, my name is Mithilesh Osalwar. I'm a 2-time Indian coffee champion, a coffee Q grader, and I love everything about coffee. This channel is all about coffee, be it roasting, brewing, tasting, or cupping. So if you've subscribed so far and watching my videos so far, thank you so much. If you've not, please hit the share, subscribe and like button. It helps to grow the channel and community. Now let's get back to the video. So MV's tasting protocol is nothing but aroma, step 2 being tasting, and step 3 being cupping. It is not cupping directly. Back in 2015, what I used to do was, I used to go to these random supermarkets, I used to go to these random places. In fact, even in my kitchen, I used to go to this, open up these boxes and just have a smell by closing my eyes. I used to pick up one of my containers and smell it and try to name it. In aroma, biggest challenge is not just to name that ingredient, but to describe that ingredient. Now guys, you will realize one thing, that entire exercise is built around the concept of describing before labeling. Be it aroma, be it your tongue tasting, that is, or be it describing or finding out the coffee. The most important thing is to describe it well and not go on defining it. For example, if I pick up any of these ingredients over here, let's say I have got cloves with me, alright? Now my challenge, the way I put it to myself was, I am going to smell this, but if I know it is clove, or if I don't, whatever, I will try to describe it without taking the name of clove. Saying it is spicy, it has some sweetness, it has some sharp element that hits me directly, it is high potency, and I think it could have a taste which is little sharp for my tongue. And then I will write, this is clove. You'll see a lot of ingredients, a lot of cups and glasses and everything, which are basically, even the labels are towards the right where I can't see it. They've been covered by these foils on top. So the point is that you want to cut one of your 5 senses to get better at tasting coffee. So here what we're doing is, we've removed the sense of sight. Sometimes what happens is, like when you see an apple, now if you see an apple, you'll directly associate this visual aspect to the flavor, to the taste, because you've been eating an apple for a very long time. Or for example, if you see a banana, you will instantly relate the aroma and you know what it smells like. What I'm trying to say is, the minute you cover this up and you've got a set of 30 ingredients in front of you and you start inhaling it, your brain starts getting kind of confused as to what exactly is it. Okay, so in step 1 of aroma, what you exactly have to do is, you have to assemble all these ingredients, cover it up with a silver foil so that you can't see. So you're blocking the sight, and now just prick holes on top of it and lift up the cup and start smelling it. You can take your phone, write on, not you can take, you should take a phone or a piece of paper, while you're smelling it, you start describing it. Even if you know that this is cinnamon, try not to put cinnamon in that. Try to lift it up, start describing it, and at the end of it, put cinnamon, alright? So now this is something which is sweet like candy, has a little bit of spice, and by spice what I mean is some sharpness in my nose that's coming, but at the same time it's very, very sweet, and it's got a long, very, very volatile aroma it has got. And I know what it is cinnamon. Yep, that's cinnamon. Okay, this has some sharpness, is a spice, surely spice family. Again sweet, but not like candy, but mellow sweet. Also, don't be afraid to repeat the entire description, that's not a big deal. And it is a clove, I guess. I'm wrong. It's bay leaf. I was going to write biryani, but for some reason I did not. So I wrote it's a clove, but it is not. It is bay leaf. So now let's move to the second step of MV's tasting protocol. So what I used to do back then is, and this comes from a concept that whenever you have a bite of any food, there is a particular relatable texture, mouthfeel, and kind of the way you chew it. For example, if you take a banana and you bite into it, you know it's gonna be a little sluggish and slimy, and also it'll be like sticky, alright? You know all those things. If you bite into an apple, you know there's going to be a crunch. There's going to be, when you bite into it, there's going to be a lot of water that's going to be spreading out. Now, the moment you make an apple juice out of it, the moment you sip it, there is no crunch to it. There's no water going all around like an apple bite. So you just, what remains is the flavor. So this exercise, how you have to do is, first take like 6 or 7 or 8 or 10, whatever things that are lying in your fridge. It could literally be cucumber, tomato, anything that you see, alright? So you just change the form of it, put it in the grinder or a mixer, and spread it out on the table. You can ask somebody else to do it, but to begin with, you start doing this. Okay, so now we begin. Taking the first sample. So since I know what it is, I'm trying to forget it, and I'm trying to describe it now. Now it is a little bland, it's not tasting sweet. It has got this fleshy material, and it has got some material that has got some water in it. When I chew it, it's oozing out. There's no aftertaste, there's no lingering mouthfeel, lingering mouthfeel. Since I know it, I am guessing it's an apple. But for somebody who doesn't know, it could get difficult, which we'll see in a bit. Moving on. This is very distinct actually. It's got a very prominent umami flavor. A very prominent. If anybody wants to know what umami is, you basically grind some mushrooms with water, make a paste out of it, and then have a sip. You'll clearly find what umami exactly is. To describe this, it has got a heavy creamy mouthfeel. It has got a peculiar aftertaste, which is umami since I know it. It's not sweet. It is of course not bland also. That's a big difference between what umami, that's a big pointer on umami, that it is not bland at times, right? It has some peculiar flavor. So yeah, since I know it's mushroom, but it had a prominent taste of mushroom, so I could guess it. This is the easiest Lenedu kit available in the market. Lenedu, I'll just show you what it is. It's like around 35,000-40,000 bucks Indian rupees. But this is like the cheapest one that you can do. It's like 10 bucks on your table, and you just enhancing your tasting and palate experience like crazy. The point of this entire protocol is basically you're building a vocabulary, an entire dictionary of flavors, taste, experiences, memories, flashes of all the things that you've tasted earlier, and bringing that to your cupping sheet. Now what will happen is, once you start writing it down after this exercise, you'll get more clarity on what you have to write, what exactly you want to express, how you want to express. So building a dictionary is super important rather than just going boom, 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 cupping every single day. Definitely you're going to cup every single day, but these exercises, this protocol will help you develop and enhance your cupping sheet even better. You'll see an instant result. I'm sure about it. So that's all this entire thing is about. If you have been following this channel, it'll be great for you to share this across. I was in Delhi and I got beautiful responses from everybody who was watching the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad that everybody is updated by what all videos are coming up and what's happening around. So yeah, huge shout out to everybody. Thank you so much across the country and globe who are watching it. Please share, like and subscribe this channel. It'll be great. I know it's very monotonous to say this, but it means a lot to the channel. Cheers.